As at February 12, 2024, the bag of American rice was going for 1,850 generally. By 4th of March 2024, the average price is 2,150, about a 16.2% change in the price. Sugar, 50 kilograms, and the American rice is also 50 kilograms I just talked about. As of 12th of March 2024, average price was 2,750. As of 4th of March, 12th of February, beg your pardon, 2,750. And as at March 4th, that bag of sugar has turned to 2,850, a 3.6% increase. Flour, 12th February was average 1,900. 4th of March, 1,950, 2.6% increase. Edible oil, 20-liter gallon, 1,195 was the average price on the 12th of February. By the 4th of March, we have an average cost of 1,200, a 0.4% increase in that. Onions, the 18-kilogram bag, was 1,195 on the 12th of February, average. On the 4th of March, it rose to $1,200, a 0.4% increase. Potato, 20 kilograms, 1,200 as the 12th of February. And on the 4th of March this year, we were buying it at $1,250, which is a 4.2% increase. Whole chicken, metric tons, this is supposed to be not the metric ton, but the carton. Yeah, the whole chicken carton, 1,900 was the price as of 12th of February. We saw a slight drop in that to 1,850 on average. That is minus 2.6% on the 4th of March. And chicken legs, $1,056 on the 12th of February, became 1,100, a 4.7% increase on the 4th of March. And we have brought in cement here, which is one of our most important commodities in this economy, given the significance of the construction industry. Cement on the 12th of February 2024 was $375 per bag on average. We have seen a sharp rise on that again to $410 on the 4th of March, meaning a 9.3% increase. So the average retail price of most of the essential food commodities continued to increase in the month of March. The significant increase was shown on rice, sugar, and cement. The price of American rice has increased, as I read from the table, and perhaps we should just move to the next table, because that's just a description of the table, which I said I was going to jump, but decided to go through. Now, one may ask, what are some of the factors contributing to the price hikes? International prices play a part. I said in the introduction that some of the factors are external, while others are internal, and we'll try to go through all of them. I'll give you the international prices in United States dollars of a metric ton of rice in December, compared that to January, compared that to, well, January and December, and give you the changes. So the rice we are currently offloading in Banjul must have been shipped or negotiated or sought within that duration. And that's why it's important that we have a conversation around that. So in December, a metric ton of rice in US dollar was $629.6. In January, that increased to 648.9 US dollars per metric ton, which was a 3.7 increase in the cost of a metric ton of rice. With India, I will deal with that specifically because of the concession we have with the Indian government. Sugar in the international market. The price in December 2023 was $707.15 cents, US dollars, 707 US dollars, 15 cents per metric ton of sugar. And in January, there was a slight drop to 659.84, minus 6.7%. Edible palm oil, which sometimes we do not report on, but have the data on. This time around, we are reporting on it. It was 814 US dollars in December, but in January, it became 845, 1.8% increase in the cost at the international level. The international prices of rice has been increasing since December. The prices of Thailand A1 increased by 3.7% from US dollar 629.6 per metric ton in December 2023 to 648.9 metric tons in January 2024. The world price of sugar is currently declining from 707 in December to 659.84 in January. The international price of edible oil have also continued to increase from 814 per metric ton in December 2023 to 845, as highlighted above. The negotiated concession, this is another important area to expound on. The negotiated concessional price of Indian rice imported by Gambian suppliers was 405 US dollars per metric ton at CIF. CIF meaning cost insurance and freight, bringing it right up to Banjul. Whilst the lowest negotiated price this year has increased to 490 US dollars per metric ton. So what we were getting for 405 in 2023 is now 490 after a lot of negotiations in Banjul. I would like to once again reiterate the full and continued commitment of the Government of the Gambia to ensure that essential food commodities are available and accessible to the general public. My ministry will continue to monitor the stocks and prices and adopt appropriate policy measures to achieve that objective, especially during the month of Ramadan and the month of Lent. And ladies and gentlemen of the press, I want to dovetail into this text the fact that as a government-wide approach to addressing this challenge of price hikes, we are working very closely with the Ministries of Agriculture, the Ministry of Finance, and the former GGC, now National Food Safety, and something I always struggle to bring the full name, but I know you know GGC. The idea is that we need to boost our domestic production. If anybody is to be told that some of our companies are currently contemplating taking some of their onions, the onions they have produced, because they are susceptible to perishability, post-harvest loss and all these things. They are contemplating taking their produce to other countries to sell. It's because we are producing onions in the country. Potatoes, whatever the quantities are from M.A. Karafi, they bring about food sovereignty, which is even a more desirable state than food security. Food security is when it's available. Food sovereignty is when the country that is consuming it is in a position to produce what it consumes. So we are using a dual approach. All these mitigative factors I have explained, 5 of them, are just, for me and my staff, cosmetic. The real address to the situation is what we are doing with the Ministry of Agriculture, which is to help boost production of rice. Consequently, GIPA, which is the agency of this ministry responsible for investments, is currently giving 90% priority to investment into agriculture. And that is being demonstrated at the moment on the ground. Some of us know about Maruo farms. Maybe you guys need to remember the one in Fulabantang. What is the name of the... There is this other gentle Gambian in Fulabantang who is also packaging rice in the Gambia now. I was so impressed 2 days ago. There was this donation of Tobaski Ramadan rice, and I saw Maruo Farm rice bags being given as a donation. We are proud of Musa, and we have, as a ministry, worked with him in the past. We'll continue to work with him to ensure he improves on his productive capacity. That is the way to go. The way forward is to produce what we eat in this country. The Ministry of Agriculture, in collaboration with the Ministry of Trade and Finance, like I said earlier, we are supporting, currently, I can say comfortably, that very genuine Gambians, successful businessmen, have answered to our call. We have Jah Oil in rice production as I speak to you. We have Muhammad Jah in rice production as I speak to you. We have other Gambians, I have to master the names, so that we can share this with the public and entice and encourage our brothers and sisters, particularly those of you in the diaspora. Bring your dollars and euros and pounds and invest in producing rice. You can ask Musa Dabo. He can never have rice that is stale in his stores. Before he produces it, the demand is there waiting for it. Let us produce the rice, as long as we cannot stop consuming rice. So that is government's wider approach to solving the problem of prices, the problem of shortages can only be resolved. I always like making this reference. We know a country in Southern Africa which about a decade ago was starving. Today, they are contacting us as a ministry and saying they can sell rice to us, 100% broken rice, because they have more than enough. So this is why it's important that the work we are trying to do with the Ministry of Agriculture is to support both industrial production and small-scale production. Small scale is the individual farmers, and this is going to be complemented by a very vibrant cooperative sector, so that at the individual level, when production is completed, the cooperatives will do the aggregation. They will go around to those individual farmers, those small-scale farmers, men and women, who have produced rice, enough rice to eat with their family until the next harvest. Their surplus rice will be aggregated by the cooperatives and sold to these large-scale agricultural producers, who will then bag and sell to the country. We can, at some point, depend on ourselves. With all this we are saying, worst-case scenario, because for the past 3 to 4 months, we've been trying to lift rice from India, and it has been a little bit challenging. Now we believe we have turned a corner and the rice will be coming. But if this is to continue for a long time, what do you think is going to happen to the price and availability? So in conclusion, the Ministry of Trade will continue to think out of the box, work with our partners to ensure at the end of the day, even in our lifetime, even if 100% of what we consume is not produced at home, we reduce the deficit, reduce our import basket, so that at the end of the day, we are not only producing what we eat, healthy rice, but we'll be dealing with the issue of foreign exchange. We'll be addressing that because the demand and the pressure on foreign exchange to bring this food will also be reduced. On that note, I thank you for coming once again, and I wish to join everyone, every Gambian, to wish ourselves, Gambians, Muslims, Christians, a very blessed period. Again, Lent and Ramadan are coinciding and are here together to bless us as a country. Thank you all very much.